Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me again today to another session of Me Programming Daily. I hope you had a lovely weekend and you got some time to recharge your batteries and you spent some time with your family and friends. On my agenda today is a bit of an introduction to what I've done off camera. And this is not too much. I've just added section to the terms document describing what are the correct operations one can define for silhouette diagram. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time during this session to maybe structure this knowledge a little bit. Not completely, but I'm planning to make a little bit of progress. And I will attempt to take a critical look at the types we have here, specifically the types for a diagram. Because I believe those types that we have can be enriched with some enhancements. Let's call them that, because I don't know what they're going to be yet. That will allow us to perform these two now exotic operations, like insertion, the transplantation of a liana and grounding of a liana. So I hope you have your coffee or your drink of choice ready. I do have my coffee ready, and let's play with Haskell, shall we? And with drakon. Let's not forget drakon. Okay, so maybe you remember during the last session, I listed all the allowed operations or the permitted operations for a primitive drakon chart. These are as follows. A silhouette drakon chart follows very similar rules, plus some new ones like insertion of a fragment and deletion of the last branch. So what I would like to see is, as opposed to just presenting all the rules without any apparent order, just like in the white paper, I would like to structure them high level to low level, so that if we're interested, we can drill down into what each element is supposed to do. To do that, we don't need the terminal, and I don't believe we need the list of files. So let's just continue writing this. And I'll provide a table. Information, or more structured information. Let's define a table that will have 3 columns. One is going to contain names of permitted operations one can perform on a drakon chart. And the remaining 2 will classify those operations between silhouette drakon chart and primitive drakon chart. I also thought it would be a good idea to maybe start experimenting with writing a lexer for drakon, but I don't fully understand the relationships between all 2B tokens, and 2, we still have a lot of homework to do when it comes to moving lines around, like transplanting a liana as depicted here, or grounding a liana as depicted here for silhouette diagrams. We don't even have silhouette diagrams yet, so we'll get there. But the balance will have to be delicate, because I don't want to get too far implementing the rendering part of the project, let's call it, without having a full understanding, or at least firm understanding, of all the relevant drakon terms. So today, let's just try to formulate a table Okay, so primitive drakon chart can do this. Everything gets a yes here. Now, let's copy everything we know about a silhouette drakon chart. Insertion of a fragment, that's new. Insertion of a square block is already inserted, so I'll just type yes. Oh, that was very clever, Copilot. Transplantation of liana. Yes. This is already added. Oh, one thing that I learned, I'm still learning new things about Drakon, is that if you have a diagram of type silhouette, it is possible to have multiple entries to it, which I somehow missed previously. This is your regular start terminator, and here's another one that leads us to the other section, or to a different section of silhouette chart. It starts with a different branch, but it's completely possible to get from this branch to one of the branches that the OG start terminator would lead us to. Interesting stuff. And this is the additional entry into a program. All right. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to quickly, commit this. For now, I'm not too worried about pushing directly to main. And now, as we have this list, I'm planning to go deeper into defining how an insertion of a skewer block looks like, what is a skewer block, what is a liana, what is a transplantation of a liana, etc. I think presenting knowledge like that is also of value. All right, but enough of terms and terminology. Let's dive into Haskell. And I briefly mentioned, I think during the last session, that I would like to do something with this type. Because I believe it would be nice to have these values implement the renderer type class. But at the same time, I'm starting to think, does it really make sense to do it today? It's not really an unknown. I don't really know how to implement it yet, but it shouldn't be too hard. Maybe instead, I should focus on proposing a type that will allow for representing states like this. Meaning meaning two things. One, we would have to devise some sort of a way of identifying drakon icons. We never had it until this point. Well, we did in the previous implementation, but not in the current one. Sorry. Excuse me for a second. Looks like I'm needed. Sorry, I'm back. Right. Starting to think what would be a reasonable next step. What comes to mind to replace the list of skewer block with is a linked list. Because with the linked list, singly linked list, we could represent the destination of any block, identifying the destination by NID. But I think I'll need a little bit more time to think about that. For now, what we do know for sure is that All drakon icons that are of type skewer block will need to have an ID. Maybe even the end terminator. And if ID is something that the user should be able to provide, let's make that of type string. Close enough. So as a test, let's try to use these types in an action. And for now, let's use just a -1 as an identifier. Okay, we have some warnings, okay. Yeah, the longer I think about it, the more I'm convinced that a linked list would be a better representation for lists of skewer blocks. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. So we still have a little bit of time today. Let's do a similar thing for a fork. I'm not sure if yeah, these should really not be existing together under the same banner of skewer block. Oops. Okay. Let's see. In the troubleshooting mode, how easy would it be to render the ID? Or do we really need to render it? should be here. This will probably look very ugly. Yep. I'll format it later. Okay. So now the IDs should be rendered, and also the bounding boxes should not have any background. Okay. So this should be helpful later. So if nothing changes, I'll probably go ahead during the next session and implement those lists of skewer blocks as just a linked list, singly linked list. But I'll keep thinking about this. For now, I think this is a good time to wrap the session up for now. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for your patience today. I wish you a great day and take care.